Hi crafters, here's a Trimweaver idea on how you can incorporate feathers into embellishments. Right here, this is a hunter green rooster feather. I am using a teal 25mm satin covered plastic headband. And then I have a couple other different embellishments that I might add to it after. This is a little bit more time consuming than other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first place the headband onto the palm and wrap my thumb. I really don't want the embellishment to go too much further below my thumb because you won't see it when you're wearing it. So I'm going to probably start it about right here. And I'm going to just pick one of the feathers. And I'm going to use hot glue for this. So I'm just going to place a dab of hot glue onto my headband. And then take some of these feathers and I'm going to fan them out to create like a flower. There's different size feathers, so it's kind of fun to play around with different sized feathers. Here I've just chosen some colors that naturally go together. I'm just going to use some greens and blues. It's kind of fun playing with different colors and seeing how they go together. You can even do something really bright like a white headband and fuchsia feathers or a hot pink feather. Or you can even choose different color feathers and create a colorful feather masterpiece, if you will. And I have about 24 feathers here, so you might need more, you might need less. It just kind of depends on how full you want this to be. And you don't need to put a dab of glue on each feather, but if you don't put a big enough dab of glue to put on multiple feathers, you might just need to keep placing glue onto it. So I'm just about done, and I really haven't even used any more than 24 feathers, so you may not need any more either. I'm going to maybe fill up some of these gaps a little bit. With a couple feathers. And then what I'm going to do is, it doesn't look so pretty right here. So what you can do is a number of things. I have some druzy acrylic rhinestones here that you can place. This one's an 18mm, and then I also have a 24mm. I also have some like feather puffs you can play with different kind of textures. I think I'm going to go with the druzys. And what you do with it, it really just depends on how big of a piece you want. Here I have a lot of feathers and it's a pretty big piece. So I'm going to be creative and maybe just pick something for the center that will complement how big of a piece this is. So I'm going to start with this 24mm black druzy rhinestone. And I am going to just use hot glue like I used for all of the feathers. And glue this right here into the center. and hold it down until it dries. And now that I have this one on, I mean, you can stop here or you can add more. I might add just a couple little pieces right here. I think I'm going to add 2 rhinestones actually. So just like the larger one. Going to place it just on the sides of this larger one that I've already used. And like I said, you can play with colors and do really wacky bright colors or kind of something more soft. And then here you go. You have a feather embroidered satin covered plastic headband. You can use smaller headbands if you want, and if you use smaller headbands, I'd recommend using smaller feathers. You can use acrylic gems, different kinds of flatbacks. You could even use some of these feather puffs. There's different colors. So there you go.